Hello. So today I want to talk about nourishment and what that means to me and how I see this as one of the fundamental pieces of why we can really bring that concept into our day-to-day lives. So I was thinking as I was putting some M&Ms into this little jello bowl that my mom used to make jello with, and it's this little teacup with a little stem and it's green. Looks like it's from the 60s. And anyway, so it's very nostalgic because she used to put this red jello in it and I used to love it. I used to eat like maybe 2 cups at a time. And even though I didn't find it nutritious at the time, I found it very nourishing. Like, even though it was mainly gelatin and sugar and water, I still felt very nourished from it. And even when I talk about it, I find these memories and feelings of like love and care and that feeling of being loved for. And the reason why when people cook us food, it tastes so good, it's because someone's nourishing our soul. Like, it is bringing energy. It feels like it's in this energy of care. And when I talk about nourishing, I don't mean nutritious. However, nutritious things can be nourishing. It can be very nourishing for your body. But this really, what I'm talking about on an energetic level, it's what do you find nourishing in your life? For me, that's where, yeah, it's the element of food. We all think of food, but it's also what is food for your soul? Is it playing music? Is it sharing photographs with people you love? Is it, making someone laugh? Like, these are all activities and actions that are very nourishing to us. And the reason why I got on camera was I started to think, wow, maybe we have such a issue with our weight is because we're not taking in these experiences that are nourishing to us, and we're not really taking the time to ask ourselves, what do I care about? What makes me feel loved and cared for? And a lot of people, it started and ended when they left their parents' house and they never really thought of it because you take advantage of that. For me, like, I had to figure out what nourishes me later in life, and I started to figure that out after I went through so many destructive cycles of people who didn't nourish my soul, people that are, quote, toxic for you. And if you want to use that as a contrast, what is toxic to you? Someone who drains you, someone that isn't good for your body, like drinking poison, which I did every day and like still do occasionally. Like, alcohol is a poison. M&Ms aren't the best for me either, but we like really start to question and pay attention and bring awareness to what nourishes us. That's when I think our eating habits and what we consume, whether that's information, other people's energy, where we put ourselves, when we ask ourselves what nourishes us, it can fundamentally change how you perceive the world and how you are in the world. So it's a very powerful question. And that's just what came to mind for now. If we spend more time really thinking about, okay, if I could just bring in 3 things that will nourish me today. And for me, that would be like my yoga practice, because it brings an element of stillness and self-reflection and a little bit of movement to my body. And I feel so good. I feel an alignment on mentally, physically, emotionally after that practice. As the second thing for me would be coffee. I love the smell of coffee. I love when I drink coffee because I'm usually in a coffee shop or I'm on a couch reading a book and reflection and just really tapping into my 5 senses when I drink coffee. And I obviously like the caffeine too. Let's get real here. And then the third thing for me would be like those relationships. Like, I call my partner every day because he makes me laugh. We share viewpoints, we argue about things. I like to text a few people who I love. I love them. Maybe I'll text them something very triggering. Maybe I'll send them a reel. These are things I like to do, but they nourish me. And I hope they nourish other people too. I love sending stupid reels to people because it made me laugh. And I send it. I'm like, maybe this will make that person laugh. Or I'll get a response from them and we can have a good conversation. So these are just some examples of what I find nourishing, but it could be anything. But yeah, it does come down to food. What are some drinks that nourish you? What are some foods that nourish you? Write those down. And again, it's like making that meaning that you feel good before and after. So I could say like alcohol isn't really nourishing, but what I do like about alcohol is it does bring people together to talk and have conversations and have a lot of fun. It really brings people's guards down sometimes. There are benefits of our activities that are duped together and they can be nourishing. So comment below, like, what are some activities that you find nourishing? What are some foods that you find nourishing? What are some things in your life that you're really like, this is it. This is what makes life worth living. I'm super curious. Thank you.